let's talk ZZZ, do an account review, and then let's do some pulls. So, Zenless Zero, game that I played since pretty much launch. Well, I did from launch, had a few gaps where I stopped playing it, but it has been something that I've played consistently pretty much since it's been out. And I've been meaning to do a review of the game, but before that I wanted to do a count review of the game to show people what I have or where I've got to in the game. Once you've done that, we are going to then look at the current banners, and I will be doing some pulls. So we go to the agents. We're going to start with the first agent that I ever got. So Zhuyan came out at the second part of 1.0, and I knew that she was coming, so I didn't end up pulling for Ellen, and I saved everything. So I had quite a lot of pulls, and as you can see from her build, she's pretty good. There's a few things that I could probably do, maybe increase the attack slightly. The crit rate could do with another 1.2% to make it 55, but I think generally she's kind of where she's going to be left. I'd be spending resources just to try and make some slight changes, but to get the crit rate over 200, which is what I aimed for, which is fine. So she's 11, 11, 11, 11 with a 9 on the dodge, maxed out on her abilities to get her enhancements, to get the extra crit rate and the extra attack. Now, she's on the ether set with the 2-piece crit, I think it is. Yeah, the woodpecker. So, I mean, there is some of these where you can see, like, these have got, so anyone doesn't know, your maximum can be 5 plus rolls, so this one's got 4. Rolled 1 into defense, but the crit damage, crit rate, and 1 attack was good enough. And I think that was the aim. I think if you aim for like 3 rolls out of 5, just kind of leave it there. Unless you're farming for more than one character, but I wasn't. She's the only one using the set, so there's no point. This was a pretty good roll again. So 3 roll was 1 into crit, 2 into crit damage. This was a really good one. 4 rolls into crit damage, and it had 3% attack on. This one again, I already had 3% on attack. I got 3 rolls into crit damage. Ether, that like the bonus sets for the main stat on your slot 5 being the damage boost for the characters, set that they're on. So like in her case, it's like ether. I was trying to get the words, I can't think what in my head there. I got 2 rolls on crit rate and the 1 on attack. Again, it's just not worth farming. Be so hard to get your main stat to be the element. That's what I was looking for, to be the element that your character that's currently on, especially when you're trying to get a 2-piece and a 4-piece. But I'm going to come to that in a minute though, with a 2-piece and 4-piece. And the last one here, this is the only piece really that I probably should swap, but I already did that because I only had 1 roll into crit damage and then I had the basic attack. I did this recently. I got 2 rolls into defense and then 2 into crit, but I kind of have just gone, look, it's not worth it now for me to kind of continue pushing her into anymore. She's not used as much as she was when she first came out, and there's a new character coming out called Vivian, and I am pretty confident she's going to be Ether Anomaly. Either that's going to be a sub or a main DPS. I've got a feeling she's going to pump out quite a lot of damage, or she may even be able to work with Zuyan. So it's just not worth it. I'm happy where she is. She does what she needs, which is great. And I have this. So just to be kind of clear for anyone that does or doesn't know, your advanced stat will show up on these stats. However, the one that sits in the where it says security patrol, which is like the second, that crit rate actually doesn't show. So if I take it off, wrong thing, remove. You'll see my crit rate hasn't gone down, but my crit damage has. So you need to take that into consideration when you're building your characters. So technically, that's why I said if I had an extra 1.2% crit, she'd be at 70. However, her tactical coordination, it gives a 30% extra crit rate when she uses special chain and ultimate, which would bring me to 100% crit rate if I had her at 55%. So I'm just sitting under, and it might be something that eventually I end up doing when if I've got nobody else to build. But at the minute, she does the job, and I'd probably better just to spend on these, to be honest. I try not to go too far into I don't really want to go to 12s. The way that I work this, if you go to suggestions, I think getting an 11 on your priorities, or maybe 12 on your priorities, and then step down a bit. So maybe get to 10 or 11 on your secondaries, and then the last one, which is I think it's the dodge again. Yeah, like I've gone to 9. I think going to 9 and 10 is fair enough. But I just split them for 11. I probably should then go for this at 12 and her ultimate at 12 and then leave it there, maybe raise that to 10 and then she's done. And that's probably the best way. It just saves a little bit of resources. Her secondary is pretty good. It was in that the EX special. But yeah, that's where I'd look at it for your character building. So anyway, that's Suyun. She's a M0, but she does have her engine. And the only engines I've actually pulled for S's is any damage dealers. I actually technically only have 2 from limited banners. Right, next character was Chingy. So she came on the next banner. Like I've just said, she does not have this, and she isn't quite maxed out or built 100% yet. And that's because I used it for a bit, and then it just gradually kind of phased into other teams. And so early on, I was kind of separating my time and what I was doing and what I was building. So she's using the free-to-play, say free-to-play. It is technically free. You get a copy of it. I'm sure you get a copy of it at the start. Can't remember. But yeah, a free-to-play friendly, shall we say, engine. I was tempted to pull for hers, but her engine, but I just don't think it's worth the pulls. Again, she is not used as much as she has been. I still do use her, but we're looking at content that requires more than one team, and if it requires more than one team, then yes, they will be in it with her and Zuyan, but if they're not, she probably won't be. Now, I did make a little bit of a mistake on Chingy when she first come out. I went for the 4-piece electric set. I just didn't really think over. I didn't think about it properly. I just didn't think about it properly. But now it's a position where I just don't feel like changing this unless I have an electric unit that I want to use, and then I will. And she's got some good rolls, so I'll just go through quickly what she's got. This is a bit of a kind of piece, but anomaly proficiency is not too bad to have on, just as an extra. She has the attack, she has a crit rate, but yeah, it's not great. Second roll here. You had 5 rolls on it. I don't think there's I think with a stun unit, especially with Chingy being on the field more than the others, I think actually having a bit of defense and HP scaling, I think it's probably a good idea anyway. Just give her a bit more survivability. She does take a whack when she uses one of her abilities where you hold down the button for when her bars charge, and she takes a whack. And there's nothing you can. I mean, you can come out of it, but then you restart in the chain of the move again, and it's just quite slow. So I think she's probably good to have something like this into a kit. Yeah, this rolled really well, didn't it? 4 into crit damage. Already had a crit rate on it and an attack. Again, I got 4 rolls into crit rate. The rest of the stats not the best. Pen's okay, but I think with pen rate, you need to, if you're going to use it, you need to stack it a bit. There's no point just having a couple of rolls in pen. HP, yeah, okay. This wasn't great, but again, maybe for survivability, it's good for her. I mean, to be honest, she does the job. It doesn't really matter. She does what she needs to do. And the last roll was just the impact again. I don't want to keep refarming sets that I'm not going to use, like loads of the pieces for different characters. There's just no point. And this is something that you'll see in a minute, because when I move on to other characters, you're going to look at it and go, why are you wearing 2 and 2 and 2? Next character was Caesar. Caesar needs a bit of work. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, she needs a bit of work. The reason I've held off is I actually really want Caesar's engine. She's probably the only character that's not a DPS character where I want her engine. There's just no engine that's close. There's no engine that's close. I need to raise that impact, and I think I'd like to get the engine to test her again, and then decide on making changes to these, because they're not the best. They're just not the best. I mean, she's got some anomaly roll. Like what up's going on here? Anomaly, another anomaly. Yeah, okay, there's a bit of crit rate pen in there. I mean, that's rubbish. It's alright. She's nothing special, but she can still do the job. She's so user-friendly, Caesar. I've seen some recent videos of people saying there's just no space for the defense characters in this game, and you could arguably say that you don't really need to use them, but I tell you, Caesar makes things a lot easier. For making your characters invulnerable to like hit, where like you just carry on your change, and it's great for DPSs on the field. And she's going to come in useful, I think. As things go on, I think Caesar's got a little bit more space in the meta, that she's going to gradually just become a better unit than people realise. But I like her. She was one of my favourites. I knew once I seen her that I was going to go and pull for her immediately. She was really, really good. Bernice. Needs a bit of work on energy regen, maybe a little bit more on anomaly. I'd like that anomaly to be near 400. Don't know, maybe the energy regen's not too bad. The attack, I think 3000 is about fair. I've been farming the fire area, as you can see at the moment, but I've got her kind of where I want her at the moment. Those resources are not for her. On 2-piece Freedom Blues and the Jazz. So yeah, again, the good thing about this was I farmed this when it first came out, and then there's another character, Yanagi, that uses the 4-piece Freedom Blues and the 2-piece Jazz. So this was arguably the easiest domain for me to go. Will do. But I'm pretty sure they've swapped the Freedom Blues and the Jazz, so they're not actually in the same domain thing. I'm going to say domain, sorry. Terminology. In the same boss fight that you get the resources from. Yeah, I think they swapped it. So yeah, the disk drives are not in the same, under the same enemy anymore, which is, I'm really confident they were together, but it's just remembering, because I had so many pieces, and I think that's the only way I got them was by farming it. I might be wrong. If you know, just put it in the comments. I can't remember. She's built particularly well, Bernice, to be honest, and considering that I didn't go for her engine, there was no point. I've got Weeping Gemini, and I could get this up to 5. I've got the resources to, I just haven't. And I've got a spare copy as well, because it was really good. Well, actually, I had a spare copy because Yanagi didn't have hers at the start, and then I carried on farming in the game and then got Yanagi's as well, because Yanagi's great. So yeah, some pretty good rolls here. She's got the, I think with Bernice, there's a lot of options there. You've got so many stats that you can hit. I mean, you're looking for attack, and you're looking for energy regen and anomaly proficiency. Now, your energy regen you're only going to get from this piece anyway, or pieces that give you energy regen is in a 2-piece. So then the other things like crit and crit damage, they're not like a viable for as much as everything else, but it's still good to have. So if you get them, you get them. So this was a pretty good piece. I'd rather have not have the 2 rolls in the standard attack, but it is what it is. Again with this one, HP could have been better. 2 on attack roll, which is fine. See, there's a bit of work that I could do with Bernice, to be honest. I can't remember what this piece was. It wasn't, yeah, it's 3+3 on roll. What did I change it for? Why did I change it? Can't remember why. I think it was just, it was just having the extra anomaly roll. This one was a bit better. Actually, this is pretty good. Having 2 rolls in crit damage, could be better if it was probably anomaly or maybe attack, but it is what it is. Again with this one, not the best really, is it? So considering she's got some bad rolls, I mean, this piece was okay. I mean, I know a DPS character would have preferred this, but again, is what it is. And then the NG recharge one with the 2 in anomaly was good. I got it kind of where I needed to though, because I think, does this get you the, yeah, it gets 34, and then what does it say? 355 damage. Yeah, I mean she has enough, but I would have liked to push it to at least 350. But I have seen people with over 400 on anomaly, so maybe something that I could work with her in the future. But I don't know how I'd say that I regret pulling Bernice, but I think out of all of the characters I have pulled, she's at the bottom of my list. She's great to use with an Aggie, but if I just had another anomaly and I use an Aggie, I wouldn't be overly bothered. It's not like I don't dislike her, I just don't rate her as high as the other characters I've pulled. But I was all in for Sons of Caledon because I like them, so I was always going to go for Bernice anyway. So I didn't mind really. So yeah, it is one of those things. But I'm not disappointed. You know, she's still great to use, and having, I mean, Fire's probably my favourite at the minute. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say Fire was probably my favourite at the moment. So yeah, excuse me, drinking iced coffee. So that's Bernice. And then we have my favourite character, the one Yanagi that I was never going to pull and had no interest in, and then played a story and then decided she's great. I spent my time with her doing as much as I could, and you see I've got 12 and 12 on the skills that I need to. I could raise these, but there isn't any need. She is on 2-piece freedom. Hey, wait a minute. She's on the wrong set, is she not? Let me just check that. That doesn't look right to me. Recommended. No, it is right. Wait, is it? I'm confused. Oh, okay. No, they're both on Freedom Blue. Right, I'm mistaken. Okay, so going with Yanagi, pretty much got like decent rolls and everything. Having the again anomaly proficiency is what she's aiming for. 256 was, yeah, more than enough that I needed. Getting the attack rolls as well. Crit damage. This was a pretty good piece. Yeah, okay, 2 rolls in defense, but again, already having the roll on anomaly proficiency, 1 in crit rate, 1 crit damage. Anomaly proficiency again, 2 in attack, 1 in crit damage. This was okay. I'd almost, the HP is a bit annoying. Probably would have been better if I had something else, but it's not very good. I need to go through some of my pieces and just get rid of the ones that are not great. This is a really good piece, never going to get changed. 2 rolls in anomaly, already had 3% on the attack, and then 1 roll in crit damage. And then this one, no, it's not the best, but again, you're looking for specifics and main stats. You've just got to sometimes just take what you've got. I think I had anomaly mastery 1, yeah, that, I mean, it was an improvement, and I'm not sure what that is. So again, could be improved, but she does the job. Definitely does the job. So yeah, anomaly build up. This gives them like an increase by 75 for 15 seconds. So you need 375. So you're basically aiming for 300 anomaly proficiency when you have her engine. I've got 356, so it's fine. So we're going to look at the next character and see where I was. Sorry, just slightly distracted there. So the next one we have, and she's the last character that I've got, is Lighter. And I'll be honest, I loved Lighter's personality, but I didn't really want him as a character when I first had him. And I don't really know why that was. He's cool and stuff, but just something about him. I enjoyed his personality, but I wasn't that interested in Lighter. I just find him quite funny. But yeah, I wasn't really that interested at first with Lighter. but he became someone that I've built more than some of the other characters that I had. And the reason was that I, just as I've just said there, I decided with this guy I wasn't gonna go and try and completely farm out a 4-piece if I couldn't. I did what I did. I've got 2 pieces of 2 on impact, which has got pen, attack, crit rate, attack, crit rate, attack. I mean, this is a really good piece. He's actually got some really good stats, and the reason why his stats are so good is because I haven't forced a 4-piece on him. I've just gone, right, these are the best items that I've got, let's just go with it. I mean, 3 on crit rate rolls, 1 into pen. That's not the best, I suppose, but you've still got the 9% attack, 1 on crit, and then this one was the best I could get at the time. I feel like that when you play these type of games, you need to consider what's important, and it's like time and resources, moreover finding the perfect set. And I think you'd be better off just to kind of make sure that you can get 2-piece sets that work on more than one character than trying to farm a 4-piece for one specific character that, if you can't get it to work, it's a waste of resources and time and management. So I highly recommend that, you know, if you manage to get 4-piece, great, but just go in for some pieces that you know that are versatile, that other people can use. You know, he has a crit, he has the energy recharge. Energy recharge can be used on anyone. It doesn't matter who they are. 6% impact can be used on anyone that needs impact. So all your stunners and your defense units will probably use it. Okay, 10% fire, again, can be used on any fire unit. You're not forcing yourself to go for the second 4-piece, and it's the 4-piece that people struggle to get that burns them out in the game, where they just kind of get fed up and just think, you know what, I can't be bothered. And I think it doesn't make you want to play the game, any of these type of games, when you're having to force him to get set. If you roll them, great. If not, just work towards a 2-piece, and then eventually you'll probably get it anyway. They're the characters that I pulled. Now you'll notice that I don't have Miyabi, and that's because I lost the 50-50 on Miyabi and I didn't get her. And so I saved everything, and I didn't pull Astra either. I didn't like Astra, the way that you just press a button and then you basically just leave her off field. I didn't like that. It wasn't for me. And actually pulled Miyabi. I did pull Miyabi and I did pull Astra actually on my free play account, even though I've just said that. And I haven't really played it really much since. Miyabi is definitely by far the best character in the game, but I feel like she can get really, really boring. It's very repetitive, and I don't feel like she teaches people that are new to these games how to play. She basically is that unit that people that are not very good at these type of games should pull for, because she will help you progress. But she doesn't help you raise your skill level. And I think with some of the characters, that is basically where you need to be. Nicole, I was running Nicole with basics, and then again here, she's on a 2-piece of just random stuff. I haven't built her properly, but it's only because recently I've started using her a little bit more. And that's ever since I didn't get Astra, I just thought, right, let me use Nicole properly. And it was because I never really actually understood Nicole. I wasn't paying attention to how she worked. And now that I do understand her, she's been really, really good. And the numbers have been hitting and crunching a lot harder than they were. I've still got things I need to do with her, but she's in a position that she's still usable. And then the last one's Lucy, and I haven't really bothered with Lucy since the start of the game, but she's the next one that I want to do. Recently pulled Von Lycon when I lost to Miyabi, and that is Von Lycon. So they are the characters that I currently use. I do have an M1 Soldier 11, but again, she hasn't been used since, I don't know when I got Zuyun, maybe just after. So that's my account. So you may see that I've got a few polychromes there, and that's because I haven't pulled since. I am guaranteed to get Evelyn in 50 pulls, and I think I have about 150 with what I've been saving, and then I've got 41 reels as well I haven't used, but I also want Evelyn's engine. So as she's a fire DPS, I know that I have Soldier 11, but I really like Evelyn, and I think she's going to become, for now, my new main. I know what's been released after watching the live stream yesterday. I know what's being released for 1.6, and I'm not pulling on either character as far as I'm aware at the minute. If things change, that'll be by me testing them, but I do not think at the minute it's something that I want to do. Again, I try them before I can be honest and say anything. Bernice is also getting a rerun. I'm not going to go for her engine because I said I've not been playing Bernice, and Zuyun's getting a rerun in the second part, but I already have her, and I already have her engine, so I won't bother with that. So potentially I've got a whole 1.6 of not pulling. We're expected that we may start to see the drip marketing for the new characters. Will it be Vivian and Hugo? I'm not sure, because I feel like they are going to be... Are they going to not be like more of the main... like a main character? So the next patch after will be like the off patch, where you kind of get... Still, characters are still pretty good, but they're not as main focus like the old... Like Ambi's coming out this next few weeks, or in 10 days. So 1.7, will they release those two, or will we get two other characters as like a stopgap before 1.8 and then they come out? So we don't know. So, and that's my reason. I could wait until next week to pull Evelyn and decide, but I thought, no, I want to carry on. My only problem here is I don't want Evelyn if I can't have a weapon. The weapon's just too good. She will get at 24% crit rate and 50% crit damage just by having this weapon on. And chain attacks have fire res. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like there's... I have like the free-to-play one that we have. And the fact that the little red ribbon of fire looks just too cool. So yeah, I need to win this, and I've been dreading it because I've just kept putting it off and just kept saving more. And now I'm here, I'm still kind of like not sure myself if I really want to fall or not. But I need another a character that can do damage. I have Zuyun and I have Yanagi, even though Yanagi's probably more like a sub, but I use her with Bernice. She still does damage. She does really good damage. I need a third DPS. I could use Soldier 11, and she's also a fire DPS, but I think I'll be forcing myself to build someone I don't want to. I'd rather have fun. Okay, so we're just going to do it. I really don't want to spend more than 100, so let's go. We're just going to skip these because they probably have most of them anyway. What we are close to, though, is we are nearly 20 searches away from another S rank, and then in 26 we're guaranteed to pull one character off the banner, which is nice. Getting this early would make me really, really happy, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't have, and I shouldn't say this, but I don't have very good luck on streams or when I make videos when pulling characters. I have better luck when I just do it and then post it after, with no talking. Right, so we do, let me just go to the shop. What we're going to do, we're going to use these. We may as well use these first. We may get one. What would I like? Like copy of Von Lycon. Maybe Von Lycon's engine. Rena copy. Rena's engine. Happy with a new character, but probably won't build them anytime soon. We may not get anything because it may not be too. We've got a little bit to go yet. Oh, could be the next one. That Lucy just gives me M6 Lucy. So that's quite big because that's one of the reasons why I've not been using her. I wanted that M6, so that's really nice. We're going to get it here. Yes, we are. What we got? Hellfire gear. That's the second copy, I think. It is, yeah. So now that probably could be used on Chingy. I've got one already on a lighter, so I think that's going to end up going on Chingy. So, do you know what? Not complaining. Okay. Okay, let's carry on. Oh, I've got to use polychromes. Right, it should be here. Let's just hope we win, because I really don't want to lose and have to go back round again. It's not even here. Wow, okay, cool. 3 A's. Go to the signal shop. I'm just going to do singles. This should be here. Wow, come on. S. Oh my days, and we lost. I knew it was going to happen. I just had a really bad feeling about it before I started. It was in the back of my mind. Oh man, I really do not want to go a full 70 just to try and get this engine. Right, I'm going to go in, we're going to do 30 and then I might hold until next week and just see. Yeah, that's, to be honest, I have won the last two. I suppose I can't be like, you know, overly negative, but when it's a 75-25, you just think, what's the chances? Like, I had a feeling because I saved it all, that was going to happen, and yeah, we're not going to get it. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about spending. I'd have to go another, because I need to do at least probably 40 in Evelyn, and I'm going to need to go another 40 into this. That's 90. Yeah, I'm going to have to use it all pretty much, and I really don't want to. Yeah, 167. So we're looking at probably about another 100. Right, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm going to think about it, see what comes up next. Yeah, okay. Right, that is that for now. Well, okay, that didn't end the way that I was hoping. Yes, we have that for Lucy, which is nice.
What do I owe the pleasure? Pick me, and I.
So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Okay, we got the engine, so I might use that. What I might do is, I think I'm going to do all of the rest of the events. I'm going to wait till next weekend. I'm going to wait and see what Drip Marketing says. If it's Vivian, I'm going to leave it because that's who I want the most. If it isn't Vivian, and depending on who the characters are, I might just pull. I don't know. I'm a little bit like kind of unsure now because I don't want to spend all my pulls. Because I could just build Soldier 11, even though I really did want Evelyn. I could just build Soldier 11 and just kind of suck it up for now. Because then now I'm guaranteed I literally would only have to pull probably maybe 70 to 80, and I'm going to get both. And I just don't want to use all my currency. It wouldn't leave me with a lot, and then I've got to, even though I could grind the next patch because I'm not going for anyone. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to do another one next week. So we'll do another one next week. I'm going to do a review of Zenless Zero, and then depending on my decisions and what's happened, we will go for either a second run on the banner or we will hold until then. Okay, so thanks for everyone that's watching. Hope you have a great day, great weekend, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you all again. Bye bye for now.